As I mentioned before, this year is looking pretty damn strong when it comes to releases. Will it be able to hold a candle to 2016? We're going to have to wait and see on that one, but for a lot of people, Ghost Recon Wildlands is definitely going to be one of the titles of this year. There are of course some concerns about the open world nature and so on, but perhaps those concerns will be put to rest in the open beta, which is coming in just a few days. Now, Ubisoft have been very kind to share, or should I say report, the minimum and recommended PC requirements for the game. So if you are interested in diving into the open beta, well, this is what you're going to need to run the game. Perhaps these specifications will change before the full release, but it still is a fairly good indicator of the specs. I'll be surprised if they change very drastically in between now and the actual launch date, given that it comes out on March the 31st. So, regardless of all that, let's kick things off with the minimum. Unsurprisingly, the OS is your usuals, Windows 7, 8.1 and Windows 10. However, for the CPU you'll need a Intel Core i5-2400S at 2.5 GHz or an AMD FX 3320 at 4 GHz, or of course equivalent. For the GPU you'll need a GeForce GTX 660, 750 Ti, 950 or 1050, or on the AMD side you'll need a HD 7870, RX 270X or an R9 370X or RX 460 with 2 GB of VRAM. System RAM is 6 GB. Now, this is quite helpful. I do very much appreciate when they include this in the specs. This is for a target resolution of 720p with a video preset of low. So this is actually the pretty low end specs for this particular game. And for the recommended, it is a resolution of 1080p and a video preset of high. So no maximum, no 4K unfortunately, but still. Let's move on to the recommended, shall we? So, unsurprisingly, the OS is still the same. However, for the CPU, you'll need an i7-3770 at 3.5 GHz, should I say, or an AMD FX 8350 at 4 GHz. And for the graphics card, you'll need a GTX 970 or 1060, or an AMD R9 290X, R9 390 or RX 480 with 4 GB of VRAM. System RAM is a bit higher, unsurprisingly, given that the video preset is higher, at 8 gigs. Now, while this isn't as intimidating as some of the specs I've been seeing lately, this is still pretty beefy for the recommended. My particular graphics card on my personal machine, that being the R9 390, of course, is just making the recommended here. And of course, we've got some pretty beefy cards with the 480 and 1060 and so on, but you know, we've not got any 1070s listed, we've not got 1080s listed, which is, again, some games have been listing those cards for the recommended, which is, to be honest, insane. But yeah, especially on the processor side, it's a fair bit of beef, but given that this is a damn pretty looking game, at least from what we've seen, you know, putting any potential graphics downgrades aside, it's going to be demanding, to say the least. So there you have it. Thank you very much for watching. As always, your support is very much appreciated, and I will see you next time.